ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexander Vidovic, and today I'll hold a presentation on Schneider Electric. To be more precise, I will critically evaluate sustainable business practices in relation to climate change, social justice, and economic prosperity. First, a short introduction of Schneider Electric. It was founded in 1836. The industry they operate in is electrical equipment, so they provide energy and automation digital solutions for efficiency and sustainability. They address homes, buildings, data centers, and so on. The amount of employees surpassed 135,000 this year, and their revenue was a little bit above 25 billion, which helped them make the Fortune Global 500 list, which ranks companies by their revenue. In this slide, I'll make a short introduction to the presentation, overview, and context. So basically, humanity faces climate change, inequality. The power of corporation is extremely large, and the world has united the efforts to cope with these challenges through the Paris Agreement and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In order to highlight good corporate sustainability practices as role models to others on how to behave to achieve business success while coping with all the challenges of today's society. Corporate Knights Index ranks the world's most sustainable corporation each year. In 2021, it was Schneider Electric with a score of 83.2%. Which earned 70% of their revenues from sustainable solutions, directed 73% of investments in sustainable solutions, and strongly supports racial and gender diversity and resource productivity and safety, according to Scott. Nevertheless, many companies still lack a full commitment to their sustainability, according to Shim and Yang. For this reason, I will aim to present the importance of sustainable business practices for a company and overall society by critically discussing the challenges for businesses in relation to sustainability. The next slide is the critical discussion of the challenges for business in relation to sustainability. Well, thanks to globalization and the rapid development, especially of advanced technology in the last 30 years, organizations have been given the opportunity to win global markets, reduce costs, acquire valuable resources, new customers, increase competitiveness, and gain really great power to be able to affect global economic and political trends. Also, the inflow of foreign capital stimulated the economic growth of developed countries, and soon their companies also begin to win the markets of developing countries. These processes have provided citizens with a better standard of living, new work opportunities, and access to a range of quality products and services, but they have also caused excessive resource consumption, climate change, world inequalities, and numerous scandals due to unethical issues such as child labor, financial fraud, tax evasion, and so on. As a result, companies face sharp criticism, increased regulations of corporate business practice, and strong societal pressure to behave socially responsible. Given such circumstances, companies have had basically to change their previous stance that the companies were responsible only to their shareholders to increase their wealth, which Friedman argued in 2007. However, they changed this with a new approach to business. That company must take into account the interest of all stakeholders who can affect or be affected by their business activities, according to Friedman in 2010, namely shareholders, employees, customers, suppliers, investors, creditors, government, and civil society. which basically implies the application of ethical and socially responsible business practice that led to or that will lead to the sustainable development of their local community and the whole world. The new challenges that have been faced after that were additional investing in sustainable business, continuously introducing changes in order to adapt to the environment, because being sustainable or socially responsible nowadays is not the same as being socially responsible 30 years ago, for example. And also to operate efficiently, because they still want to reduce costs and maintain profit. And this, sorry, for these reasons, some companies have seemingly introduced sustainable business practices with no real and full commitment to these issues, while some companies have continued to seek loopholes in the law to avoid their social responsibility, according to Shim and Yang. On the other hand, some companies introduced their sustainable business practice purely for profit reasons as a failure to meet societal requests would jeopardize their market position and thus the survival of their business. Still, most companies consider this change as their moral and ethical duty to the society in which they operate, which at the same time creates value by improving business performance, innovation, and companies' attractiveness as a workplace. Next slide is the critical evaluation of the impact of of sustainable business practice on climate change, social justice, and economic prosperity. Like I already mentioned, founded in 1836, the French company has passed through many changes with the mission to become a digital partner for sustainability and efficiency by providing a variety of integrated and smart digital electrical solutions for residential building, smart grid industries, and so on. We can see this in this figure, in figure 1. Also, their approach was life is on everywhere for everyone at every moment. The purpose of the company is to empower all to make the most out of their energy and resources, bridging process and sustainability for all. We can see this, I'll zoom in on this picture, which is a form of a leaf, which kind of associates this picture with sustainability, green leaves, and so on. Here we have a picture of dividend per share, fiscal years, but I'll get back to this soon. Before that, couple facts. They have 135 employees worldwide with 30% female workforce and 1,400 certified research and development engineers. They operate in 115 countries. They built 650 strong partner ecosystems. And this picture, coming back to it right now, is a progressive dividend policy, which can be seen that in 2009, after the crisis, the dividend decreased by almost half a point, but ever since then it's been on the rise, and the way it seems, it's going to keep rising. Knowing that building more sustainable future requires long-term commitment, sustainability is at the heart of the Schneider Electric business since 2005, relying on the three pillars of the triple bottom line concept: planet, profit, and people. I will zoom in on this picture. They balance environmental, social, and economic goals by applying transparent, socially responsible, and economically and environmentally acceptable business activities, aiming to achieve sustainable development of its local communities as well as the whole world. And below that is the Carroll's Pyramid. In terms of business ethics theory, this means that Schneider Electric determined what is right and wrong for any given situation to prevent its harmful business activities to meet the needs of present generation without compromising the ability for future generations to meet their needs. For this reason, it instilled a culture of sustainability through performance incentives for employees and leaderships to ensure their full commitment to achieving sustainability goals and high performance, at the same time keeping costs under control. Schneider Electric helps, or rather promotes these values throughout its supply network by asking their tier 1 suppliers to cut their emissions by 50% and respect human rights, while through its offerings it helps suppliers customers reduce their CO2 emissions. They received pretty positive response from society about that. Here we have a table of level of attention and power. Key players such as shareholders, employees have high level of attention and power, while regulators and auditors have as well high level of power but low level of attention. Irrelevant minimal efforts such as consumer associations and special groups have low level of attention and power, while media and NGOs and pressure groups have low power but high level of attention. Climate. So about the climate, they cope with the climate change by continuously investing in developing innovative solutions that deliver immediate and lasting decarbonization in line with our carbon pledge. And for example, 80% renewable electricity. Their eco-structure allowed companies and utilities to reduce energy consumptions by 30%. They also built 5 smart factories designed as lighthouses and lighthouses of the 4th Industrial Revolution, by the World Economic Forum. Circular economy. They use efficiently resources by reducing, reusing, repairing, and recycling them to preserve planet and biodiversity. And eco-structure, energy, and sustainability services enable utilities and companies to reduce energy consumptions by up to 30%. Health and equality. 100% of their employees are covered by Global Family Leave, which is basically a policy which helps them. They can be as open as they want and supports the diversity. And almost 100% have equal pay for equal work through gender pay equity framework. They also have healthcare coverage, complete healthcare coverage, which is normal maybe in Europe, but in United States it's a big thing and makes them a good workplace. Ethics. They nurture high social governance, ethical standards related to human rights, business integrity, anti-corruption. They also have care about human rights. I mentioned it already. Anti-corruption. They have a code of conduct, Impact 18 about anti-corruption, and Impact 17 on responsible business of Responsible Business Alliance Code of Conduct. Development, they support and foster learning, upskilling, and development for each generation. And they have programs such as 100 Chances, 100 Jobs in France to provide personal career opportunities for adults from 18 to 30 without higher education qualifications or degrees, and Energy for Livelihoods in India, which helps transform the lives of women farmers through the innovative Vilaya Agri business solution. And that is basically it. In conclusion, as presented, by recognizing the significance of sustainability and applying a systematic approach to this issue, Schneider Electric goes beyond stakeholders' expectation, aiming to achieve long-term societal confidence in its full commitment to sustainable business practice, regardless of the challenges that it faces during this process. As a result of this, they gained a strong reputation as a socially responsible company, increased business performance, and received one of the most prestigious awards and recognitions for its efforts. And that's to be declared as the most sustainable corporation in the world for 2021. And therefore, this presentation has shown the great importance and positive impact of sustainable business practices on climate change, social justice, economic prosperity, highlighting Schneider Electric's sustainable business practice as a role model to the others on how to properly approach this important issue to achieve both business success and the sustainability or sustainable development of the world. Thank you very much for listening. Unfortunately, 20 minutes were not enough for this presentation for me, but it is what it is. Thank you very much.